Today, I'm going to show you neutral cards in Hearthstone. And I want you to guess which class played it the most. Okay? You could also tell me whether or not
cards.
You could also tell me that you think the card was just not playable for any class if you want to.
Sure.
If
I
you
bet
could,
that's the right answer.
If you could figure out for each of these cards what the combo is, I'd be shocked.
Okay, you're not going to show me the other side of the combo. You're just going to be like, here's a card. Okay.
No,
okay.
You could evaluate it. You could ask me questions. I will give you most answers depending on what you ask. Here's your first one. A lot of these are more recent too. So like, it's going to be very interesting to see how well you do here.
Wait a minute. Okay, so we haven't done a video in a minute. So now I have to remember all the classes of Hearthstone and what they're good at. And... Okay. All right.
You can ask me any question. You can ask me any question you want. I'll try to answer the best I can. Okay, go for it.
Prior knowledge required.
No. There's no prior knowledge.
Scrapbooking student. What the hell is this?
The scrapbooking student. What do you mean?
What is this camera? What is this? Okay.
What is your problem?
I'm sorry. I'm already my immersion. My immersion.
What immersion of what?
What are we taking pictures of? Look. It's the StarCraft collab for Hearthstone. Snap, snap, snap. Somebody's gonna want these. I guess. 5 mana crystal, 5/5. Battle cry is summon a copy of a friendly location. Summon a copy of a friendly location.
Do you remember locations? Or those cards, right?
I remember what they are. Yes. When I'm playing my games of Hearthstone, I hit the little location and something happens.
Yes.
It's like a little button. I get to hit it every other turn like 3 times. And I get some payoff. I get some nice benefits.
Now, here's the thing. You actually have context of what this card does, if you remember. You can remember, I should say.
Well, I do? I played this card?
No, you didn't play it, but I have showed you the card that interacts with it. See if you can remember.
I hope it's not something at the end of a quest line where you open some kind of a portal and copy that, because I know how easy it is to complete a quest line.
It is not. It's not for a quest. First of all, do you think this card's good? Would you play 5 out of 5/5 for potentially copying a location?
If it's a location you want to play on turn 2 or on turn 3 or 4 that is hard to remove, I would say it has to be at least a 3 mana location, because I think you want at least 8 mana of value out of your 5 mana 5/5. That's where I would feel good. I think if it's like a 1 or 2 mana location that produces an 0/1 or something, and you're copying that, you don't feel good about it. That's too slow. If it's a 4 mana location that does something bonkers, then you are then yeah, 100% you play this. Because if I remember, and this is half a question, so you chime in on this, I don't remember my locations ever being destroyed. I think locations are pretty immune to most things. They usually stick.
There is a card that does destroy locations. Not played often. It's only played under very particular circumstances. Actually, right now it's being played because one of the, if not the most popular card in the format, makes a location.
Oh, that's nice. What class is the most popular card in the format that makes a location?
It's neutral.
Fuck. Okay. Is it too early for an F-bomb? David?
Is it what? What'd you say? Is it, your mic cut out there. What'd you say?
Nothing. I didn't say anything. I said fiddlesticks. I said flash photography. So what I'm supposed to figure out is what class has the location that's best to copy. And you showed it to me, which makes this even more humiliating.
No, you probably don't even remember it. You're right. I guarantee.
You know what? The only one that's stuck in my head living rent free is like a Zerg location that made more Zerg. That's all I can think of right now.
Side tangent then. What 3 classes were Zerg?
I don't fucking know.
Was it 4?
The Zerg class, obviously. See, this sucks because I did play a little StarCraft, more StarCraft than I played Hearthstone, but it was a million years ago. And now I'm trying to figure out if Zerg are more Druid or Shaman, and I don't freaking know. Or what's a Death Knight anyway? Nobody knows.
I will tell you. Can I help you out? It has nothing to do with Zerg.
Well, then I don't even know what location we're talking about. What location are we talking about? Let's just start with the easy one. Let's say it's Druid, because you ramped into it. So it happened to hit a curve that made it better by default. Okay, so if I get this right, I'm gonna be so genius.
You're going with Druid specifically because it just ramps into this.
Yes.
I mean, you got the answer right, but You got it for the you got it for the completely wrong reason.
Yes, it doesn't matter. 1-0. Put it on the scoreboard. So end the video.
So
call it. Cut it off.
Let me explain the interaction here. I actually showed you this card. In our last video, by the way, I showed you this card, which is Lady Ashara. Lady Ashara shuffles 2 locations into your deck. One of them is Jinashari. And if you get the empowered one says summon a copy of a friendly minion with its stats doubled. So if you use the student to copy Jinashari with its upgraded form, that means that when you double the minion stats and you double it again, that's a lot of stats. On top of that, there's a card that says this.
Briar Spawn Drake. I'm sorry, I'm out of breath from celebrating this card. 10 mana crystal 12/7 dragon. At the end of your turn, attack a random enemy minion and excess damage hits the enemy hero. Wow. So yeah, that's pretty good.
That's one of the interactions that can be done with a deck like this. So yeah, you got it right. It's like you showed your work and everything and you somehow got to the right answer, and I have to give it to you as the teacher. Technically you're
Hell
right.
Yeah.
But
hell yes.
We're a little confused on that point. I'm going to be completely honest with you, but it's fine.
When in doubt, it's Druid. Easy. I solved Hearthstone. I did it.
Here's your next one.
Octosari.
Octosari.
That is a really cool critter. 8 mana for an 8/8 beast, because everything should have an 8 on it if it's an octo anything. And its death rattle is to draw 8 cards. Mega pog. All right, sign me up.
First and foremost, do you think this card's good?
Oh, it says draw 8 cards. This is busted as hell. This is the most amazing card you've ever shown me. Assuming you can cheat it out, copy the death rattle, or do something else. You're paying 8 mana for this. You're an owl away from a total failure. So is this card playable? I'm sure like there are phases of Hearthstone where this might have been playable. In current Hearthstone, it's probably really slow. Yeah, it doesn't even taunt. You'd have to find a way to give it taunt, and then it's maybe, but you probably just play this and die. I don't know. Draw 8 cards is awesome. But then like if you actually play this in the time frame they're looking for, are you in fatigue? Are you just gonna die to fatigue from this? I bet somebody died to fatigue from this. All right, so I need the class that does the death rattle thing, but it would be awesome if they had a card that like entered with the death rattle of a minion in your deck or something. And I bet that card exists. Okay. But I'm not gonna. I'm pretty sure I remember that card. There's a lot of like synergies with death rattle. What did we play? What was the deck we played that had a lot of death rattles in it? What did we play? Death Knight, Death Rattle Land?
We played
Is that
Demon
Death
Hunter?
Knight? But I feel like there's also plenty of it in Demon Hunter. Feels like it should be Death Knight. It just does. It would make a lot of sense for Death Knight to Death Rattle. But I swear to God, I've seen a card that like copies other Death Rattles.
Why would you want to put this in Death Knight though?
I don't know. I'm trying to remember what Death Knight does.
Why would you want to put this in any deck?
Why would you want to put this in any deck to draw 8 cards, Rarran? Card draw is amazing. Is this card even good? Like, what are we doing here?
What about, I'm gonna skew in the right direction here. What about if I could redirect fatigue damage to my opponent?
Can you do that?
What class could?
You want to give your opponent this and make them draw 8 cards?
No. Well, I mean, that is a situation that is funny and you can actually win a game like that. I'm talking like Hearthstone. Right, if you have no cards in your deck and you draw a card, you take fatigue, and that increments by 1 by every draw. If you could take the fatigue damage, not take the damage, but give it to your opponent, what class would want to do that?
You've shown me a card in Hearthstone that redirects that damage. I can't think of one, but okay, if we'll answer the question the way you phrased it. What class would do like a reflect damage switcheroo?
Damage switcheroo.
Like Priest is a healing class. I don't know if it's a reflecting damage class, but that in Magic that would be a white thing, and that would definitely be Priest. What else? Shaman is more about, I think, like creature manipulation is how I think of Shaman. I think of Shaman as Simic, which would not be a redirecty damage thing. I don't feel it. The Priest thing doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right, but I think I want to try it because that's as close as I can get. Paladin's the other one that it would be white in Magic, but I don't think it's Paladin. I think a Paladin is Boros. They have some redirection spells, but they're mostly aggressive. Man, what am I missing? Would Mage do this? Would mage take damage to me and send it somewhere else? That's a little bit magic because of blue. I'm just gonna go with my first instinct on priest, but I don't think I'm right. But I'll go with priest.
It's not priest. You actually said it earlier, which was demon hunter. Demon hunter. So demon hunters demon hunters warlock like adjacent, right? Because they have all like demon stuff, and you know they like to hit their opponent in the face. They draw a ton of cards, whatever. Demon hunter has this card, which I actually believe you have played with this card when we were playing into the Rarran's Rumble, which is a 5-mana 5/6 damage your hero takes on your turn and redirected to an enemy hero, a random enemy. So the whole game plan here.
It's a priest tourist. I win. I'm right.
It's no.
It's a priest tourist.
It's a demon. No.
Doesn't that make it a priest card? It's like, I think that's what that means.
No. Let me explain. No.
I think this is a technical W.
Priest tourist means the demon hunter has access to priest cards. The priest cards from that particular set, I should say. Priest can't use the demon hunter cards.
Okay, fine.
Thank you for listening.
Whatever.
Anyways,
whatever.
You play Spirit Peddler, which says death rattle reduce the cost of a random minion in your hand by 6. Oh my god! All of a sudden, my Octosari is so much cheaper, right? There's also this card. It says return policy. Discover a friendly death rattle you've played this game and trigger its death rattle. But now I don't even need the Octosari to die in order for me to actually get it to work.
There we go. I like that.
Oh my god! What's this card? This card's also really cool.
Endbringer Umbra is 7 for a 6/6 battle cry. Trigger the death rattles of 5 friendly minions that died this game. Yeah.
So there's stuff like this. There's also Deos, which is like death rattles triggered twice. Now, was this deck like competitively viable? Like it kind of was. But this is the only time that Octosari was playable.
This card, I love it.
Octosari is considered a very, very bad card. You never played it in your life. And it was released.
That's so sad.
It was released in 2019. Like, didn't see any play. They brought it back to standard for some reason. I think they did it specifically for just evolve and random effects, but this actually ended up being kind of playable.
Bumbling Bellhop is 3 for a 3/3 undead pirate with taunt and battle cry. If you're holding a spell that costs 5 or more, summon a copy of this. Why would a deck specifically be into spells that cost 5 or more? They would be into that because Skull of Gul'dan is broken.
Whoa, so smart.
Did I do it?
So smart.
Did I get it already? Was it that easy?
No.
Oh, damn it.
They weren't in standard at the same time. They're not in standard at the same time. This guy's still in standard.
Okay. Seeing play now, and I'm supposed to figure out the class?
You see, well, you can start off with, do you think this card's good?
Man, in current standard, I mean, yeah, 3 mana for 2 3/3s with taunt, and it's in a deck where you're trying to survive long enough to cast 5 mana spells. I would have used this card to try to solve a quest line or two. Yeah, hell yeah, I think. I mean, that seems good enough, at least for turn 3. Come on. If 2 3/3s with taunt on turn 3 is bad, what happened to your game? Like, what the hell are we doing? Yeah, this gotta be playable in spots. It has to be.
Okay.
I need the class that's most likely to hold a spell that costs 5 or more. It feels very magey right away.
Okay.
I think Shaman also had some really cool spells. Like, is there something that synergizes with Taunty Friends? What was the class that had the Tortola?
Warrior.
Warrior? Is this a warrior card? Yeah, I really like that Control Warrior. Would this go in there? Maybe it would. It definitely had spells. It had Brawl. Brawl cost 5. It definitely wanted to stall. This helps with the stall. And it had a lot of taunt stuff, and you had cards that like resurrected taunt stuff. So maybe Warrior? Control Warrior? Doing undead piratey things? Doesn't seem right. What the hell? Yeah, I mean, this does feel like something I could have wanted in that deck because surviving was our problem. So yeah, I'll use my limited Hearthstone experience and say that this could be in Taunt Warrior. Why not?
Taunt Warrior.
Yeah.
Okay, so this card, I would say on average is fine. You didn't see a ton of play up until recently. And that is because there's a new card that was added actually in the Rarran's Rumble set that you were part of for Shaman that made it a lot better. There was also, I would have also taken Hunter just because there is a card that in Hunter that Shaman uses with their tourist. There's this card, Flight of the Firehawk. The 3 mana, draw 2 minions of different minion types and give them +2/+2. So if you go coin Flight into the Firehawk, you have a 3 mana 5/5 times 2 because they summons a copy of it.
Oh,
and that has been actually very good And there's also bird watching, which is not necessarily the same thing. It's +2/+1, but it still basically accomplishes the exact same thing. This card is funny because you say it's like for defensive measures, but if you actually go into the buff, it is so much tempo that you often just win the game from this card alone. Very, very powerful effect. And it's weird that it maybe it was played with bird watching, but it's very prominent right now in a shaman deck that's actually being played at the World Championship, which is currently going when we're recording this.
Ooh,
so,
nice.
There you go.
Okay, so note to self, you guys have like kind of the permanent buffing like cheaty things, so anything that makes a copy of itself could be much more ripped than I expected to be.
Okay. If you could abuse the copying stuff, it's so good. Like Bumbling bellhop is like, especially when you get it with bird watching or firehawk, is like insane.
Why do they think their birds are so cool? Are they just bird people designing these cards? What the hell?
What do you mean? Like bird watching?
Yeah, there's bird watching and flight of the firehawk, and it's like just being a bird somehow makes you ripped.
So okay,
I find them to be rather twiggy myself. You know, they don't seem the most durable of animals.
Are you saying like flavor wise? I'm not, to be honest with you, I'm not really sure about how bird watching makes you stronger. I'm going to agree with that, and I don't really know enough about World of Warcraft to tell you what Flight of the Firehawk really is. But I mean, they made the cards, I guess. So I guess
now I'm picturing two of these bumbling bellhops that can't even carry a damn suitcase riding a fiery bird into battle, and that's why they're stronger. Okay,
that's Hearthstone.
Anyway, and then look at this little bird on this Warsong grunt getting his ass whooped. There's no consistency. 5 mana crystals for a 3/6 rush. After this attacks and kills a minion, it may attack again. The Warsong grunt. I mean, we definitely want statty buffs here so that it can come out, murder the taunt thing, and then murder the face or something like that. That seems good. Or just 2 for 1, just smash 2 things. So we want its attack to go up. What is going to be good at that? Is that like a Murloc paladin-y thing?
I'm going to say it like this. Imagine this card can deal damage to the face on the turn it's played.
Imagine it can deal damage to the face.
That's the biggest hit. That's the best hit I'm going to give to you. Think about, first of all, do you think this card's good? Like, I don't even know if you've even described.
Doesn't seem great. Doesn't seem great to me, to be honest.
Okay.
This one on first read is okay. Like, maybe it kills 2 things that are smaller. So like stabilizes the board by getting a 2 for 1 on turn 5. Maybe, I guess that's possible. I don't like how amused you are by my impression.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I think this card is very funny in this whole list because it's the most like vanilla one out of all of these.
Yeah, it does feel strange.
Imagine you could give this card trample.
It's still a 3/6.
Okay,
that's not very good.
How could you use the concept of trample to make this card actually do something?
You'd have to make its power go really big, and if you're granting something a ton of power in trample, there are a lot of things that are good.
Okay, so maybe this card is bad.
I'm so cooked. Attacking is not my freaking strong suit. I don't know. The attacks thing still does give me like paladin vibes, even though I'm pretty sure that's wrong based on the meta of your reaction. So, but I don't know. I need you to educate me. I'm an idiot on this one.
You're going paladin. You're going paladin.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna give you some credit here. Paladin actually almost makes sense here because paladin has hand buffing, and that is kind of how you make it bigger. You don't want it on board to make it stronger. You want this to sit in your hand and then buff it. And then all of a sudden it becomes a monster threat if you give it a card like this. By the way, this is for Hunter.
No, Hunter. Okay. What the hell? Always a bigger Jormonger.
That sounds fun.
2 mana crystals. Give a minion +2 attack and excess damage dealt by attacks hits the enemy hero.
Now, this might shock you, CGB.
Nice.
But how would you feel if I told you this card was one of the best decks in the game?
What?
All you would do is you just play removal. There's a ton of cards because Hunter got the Warrior Tourist, meaning they can use hand buffing tools that Warrior got. You would literally just have this card in your hand, you buff it, and then you would play the always bigger and then grunt, and then you kill your opponent to it. And
in
often
2 hits?
Well, because like, it could be technically 1, but often you need to swing twice with this to get the trample damage to kill your opponent, because you put your opponent in like the most awful spot possible. because if they can't kill you directly from hand, they have to play a minion at some point. The longer it takes for them to kill you, the bigger this minion is going to get. And Hunter also has a ton of direct damage anyways. So you're you're just lowering their health as the game continues going. So you make it easier and easier to kill them from this card.
It doesn't seem great. I gotta tell you, like the pitch meeting is going poorly. I'm still not sure I see it.
Hold on, let me
this is also, by the way, this whole class tourist thing is making this whole video
you know what,
so much murkier.
I'm gonna take an L here. I didn't even think about it, to be honest with you. I just figured because I looked at neutral cards only, and then I was like, oh yeah, there's no way he's gonna get that one. At least I was right on that point. But anyways, we'll continue. This one has nothing to do with tourists.
Great. Playhouse Giant is only 20 mana for an 8/8 mech that costs 1 less for each card you've drawn this game. Okay. Warlock taps and Mage discovers for the most part. So is it Warlock? Is it that simple? Okay, what else would like draw a lot of cards? Mechs. Are mechs in every class? I feel like mechs were more of a certain class.
Mechs are like, I think there is one for every class now, but obviously there's some classes that are more prominent for it. I'm going to skew you in the right direction here. First and foremost, before we continue, do you think this card's good?
In old Hearthstone, why not? We played Molten Giant, so like, I don't know. Is it better than that? It's a little more generic. It is 1 less for each card you've drawn, so it counts your draw step, right? So just buy, and does it, and it counts, like it doesn't have to see it, right? It doesn't have to be in your hand for that to discount
the cost is updated when it enters your hand.
Yeah, so like at the point in the game where it's like turn, I don't know, 6, it's already down to 14 by nature, which is still a shit ton. But then if you work a way to just draw extra cards and you keep working it down, or if you find your octopus and you draw 8, you're definitely cooking. See, it's supposed to be played with the octopus. It's an 8/8.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So in Magic, I could see a deck around it. In Magic, it would fit into a lot of spots. In Hearthstone, it still feels slow. It feels like the tempo's too fast for you to spend too much time drawing cards. The day of like tap and pass seem over. And that means you'd think that this would be too expensive unless there's another way to reduce it, unless this isn't the only way to make it cheaper. Or there is something like in Magic, we get absurd, unfair payoffs from card draw, from cards that draw cards, but then also discard cards or also shuffle them back in, so that you're actually not going up cards. You're getting the dopamine hits of drawing cards, but you're not going up cards. But then you would combine it with that, and maybe this, like if you had a card that just entered and you drew 2 cards, but then you also recycled 2 cards, then ta-da, you play a few of those, and this thing's a lot cheaper.
Okay.
That could be a thing.
Okay. You're kind of cooking.
Yeah, I'm trying. Then, yeah, maybe there's like, in Magic, we have wheels. I don't know if there's like, shuffle your whole hand back into the deck and draw like as many cards as you once had. And now this is a lot cheaper. I mean, I guess, I can't get off it. So it's like, anything else I think of, I don't think of the card or the good enough reason. And I'm probably missing it, but I'll just go with the one in front of me. I'll go with Warlock. Yeah.
Okay, so you're going with Warlock because it can tap?
No, because like they draw cards sometimes.
Okay, you're right. Warlock does draw
cards.
So this is for Rogue.
Oh God!
Rogue draws cards.
I forgot about Rogue. I haven't thought of Rogue one time in this video. Not once. God. Oh, that's. Yes, I would have said Rogue.
So you were thinking to yourself that potentially you're dropping this down on like turn 7, turn 8. Rogue, with all the card draw it had in the game at the time, could get this down on turn 4, turn 5. And that's not just one, that's potentially both, because they're drawing through their entire deck. On top of that, Rogue had the, like you said, like kind of this effect, like you're drawing but you're shuffling cards back in, right? That's just easy of doing this. You also had this card. So not Gear Shift, Breakdance allowed you to bounce the giant back to your hand, summon an additional 8/8.
I did not sign up for opening an image and getting this view. I just want to say that.
Or Breakdance?
Yeah, just pull this card up and look straight ahead. What do you see? Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Yeah, okay.
He's breakdancing. What do you mean? What?
like a full-on crotch shot just out of nowhere in your game.
Well, regardless of the crotch shot, it was a very good card and it was played quite a bit. It was super, super good. I'm so used to it at this point. But this was like a very, very competitive deck.
I am so good at this. I did not, Rogue wasn't even a class to me. Like not a single thought
that's
today
why I think
has been
guessing the
about
class
Rogue.
is funny because you've done so many of these videos.
Oh my God. I'm going to get you back. I'm going to figure out what the Magic equivalent of this is.
All
and you're
right.
going to, yeah, that's coming for you in 2026, buddy. All right. Moarg? Moarg. Artificer. 2 mana for a 2/4 mech demon. All minions take double damage from spells. If this isn't mage, I don't know anything. It feels like it should be mage. Mage does all the damage to things.
I would agree. Mage does a lot of damage for things.
It's probably not mage. It's probably a trap. What else does?
First and foremost,
What
do you
else?
Do you think this card's good?
Yeah. I think there's a chance there is a sweet. It's cheap enough that you can drop it and then also play the spell to take advantage of it. So if you don't look at it as like, ooh, I get a 2 mana 2/4, it can be that. There might be times where that's a good play. Then there's definitely spots later in the game where basically it's like 2 mana to copy the effects of a spell would be like good. Like that's been good in Magic. Am I going to think of anything other than mage? Or is all I'm going to think about mage? It's the only one I can think of that just does a bunch of damage with its spells easily, just straight up. Yeah, I'm not gonna, hold on. Let me try to think of the class I've forgotten because I forgot all about Rogue, just 110%. What are the other classes I just haven't thought of today?
Okay, I'm gonna give you a repeat, okay?
Okay.
Let's go through. You got Death Knight,
Yeah.
Demon Hunter, Druid,
Okay.
Hunter, Mage, Paladin, Priest, Rogue, Shaman, Warlock, Warrior. Does that help you at all?
I still think it's mage. Like none of those took me off mage, so I'm gonna go with the class that has a lot of spells that deal damage.
Okay, so I don't think Mage played this once. I can't remember if they did. This card generically was just good. Like it was played in a variety of different decks because it interacts positively with cards like Lifesteal, for example. So like you rather than lifestealing for like 3, you were Lifesteal for 6 for like a Drain Soul from Warlock. But the main class that used this was Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter had maybe some of the most disgusting cards to ever be printed in this game. And to give you context here, this card was nerfed from 2 mana to 4 mana, and it was still like one of the best decks in the game because of this synergy. So let's walk through this. First and foremost, read this.
Tainted Arcanist. Talented. Sorry, I'm in a very negative mood now. Talented Arcanist is 2 mana for a 1/3 battle cry. Your next spell this turn has spell damage +2.
So you could tell like it stacks multiplicative, right? Like with each Moarg. So by getting +2 spell damage, it actually amplifies the damage quite a bit. And then you have this.
Philosophy.
Yep.
1 mana, copy the lowest cost demon in your hand. Outcast, give both +1/+1.
So if you discounted your Moarg Artificer to 0 and you got Philosophy, doesn't matter, it doesn't need to be outcasted. You're copying a Moarg Artificer for 0 mana, so that now you have 2 ready to go whenever you want. And then you have this card.
Ilginoth.
Sure.
4 mana, 2/6 lifesteal. Your lifesteal damages the enemy hero instead of healing you.
So you could already see where I'm going with this, right? Where if you're doubling, and then you're casting a card that has lifesteal, you're doing that all directly to the opponent's health or hero. And then here's an example of a
12 card combo. Okay. Fellscream Blast is 1 mana, lifesteal, deal 1 damage to a minion and its neighbors. Yeah.
So you think that this would take them a while, but what if I told you about Demon Hunter's play patterns? What are they known for?
Toxic.
Great. Starting off right. They're really good at mana cheating, dealing damage, and drawing cards. So you think this would take you a while, but in reality, this would be an extremely fast combo that they can consistently do on turn 7, turn 8. This combo was so good, in fact, that they nerfed Ilganoth, they nerfed the Moarg, and it was still played in 2 different world championships. Because
ta-da!
That's how good this combo was.
7 card combo. The whole deck is a combo. It's fine.
You just draw through. But the thing about Demon Hunter, this deck in particular, is that this is one of the few combo decks that has existed where all the tools that deal damage to your opponent also heal you. So sometimes the best thing you could do is just clear your opponent's minions and go back all the way up to full life. And like that would stop your opponent from winning the game. Just from
you
what
just couldn't get under it. Like you couldn't kill it fast enough, so they always got to pop off.
It was, yeah, like, I think like often, at least from my personal experience, I feel like the problem with this deck is that you just drew poorly. Like as long as you didn't draw like an absolute freak, like you're winning this game. Il'gynoth is probably one of the best cards that's ever existed in Hearthstone, for the record. That card is just, it's on a different level.
I'm doing so well.
You're doing great.
Are you proud of me?
You're doing so well. You're doing great.
You're proud of me?
Malark was a good card though, so you're right on that. Very good.
Yeah. I feel so accomplished. Okay, Moonstone Mauler, I remember. We played either with or against this card a good amount.
Okay.
2 mana for a 2/2 elemental battle cry. Shuffle 3 asteroids into your deck that deal 2 damage to a random enemy when drawn. For similar reasons to the Playhouse Giant, I remember this being a rogue card, that they were always cycling and drawing cards. That's what I remember.
Oh, okay.
Again,
so you're going with the quest package to shuffle the asteroids into your deck.
Yeah. That's where we saw this a lot. That's where we saw this a ton. Is there another place that makes this good?
I'm just going to say this, as you know, because we've done videos on this, the Quest Rogue ended up being the worst deck in Standard.
Yeah.
So,
but you're telling me it was played, They wouldn't have data if nobody tried it.
That's fair. Well, the fantasy of that deck is very fun. People really like it.
Like the rogue thing makes sense because of the card drawy thing, or at least it makes sense why they would try it.
Okay.
Otherwise, what am I looking at this for? A class that copies battle cries? I think this was really, or something that just takes advantage of non-combat random damage being dealt. And this did replace itself, I think. It's just like you would draw it and pew.
Yeah, if you drew an asteroid, it would draw another card after.
Also, like, rogue still makes sense. It's not the best shadow step of all time, but it's a shadow step.
Okay.
It's an enters. How am I supposed to get off rogue after all this?
Maybe you don't need to.
Maybe I'm just supposed to say it's Demon Hunter, because what do they do well? They ramp and draw cards and deal damage. Wow. Are there any decks in Hearthstone history that would be better if they ramped, drew cards, and dealt damage? I don't know. Maybe we should make a class around that one.
What the fuck is going on over here?
I'm losing my mind. This is another video of which I am broken.
You're fine.
Was it our quest line that had to deal exactly 2 damage to something? That was so terrible.
That was Demon Hunter.
That was Demon Hunter. It was so bad. Was this the key to cracking Demon Hunter? To hope to randomly rip frickin' asteroids to complete your quest? Is that what made it good? Did that solve that terrible, miserable, wholly unthinkable piece of shit of a deck? Blizzard, thank you for involving me in your events. There's no way. God, is it bad? Is it stupid? I just want to say this card is bad. Like the future hope that you're going to draw into it and get this damage at the right time in the right place. This is as a 2-mana 2/2. Can't you do better for 2 mana in your class? Can't you do something that plays better into the theme of your deck? Can't I just say this is a shit card for shit players?
You absolutely could. Is that what you want to go with?
Yep.
This is for Rogue.
God damn it.
You know what's funny? Is you even brought up the Playhouse Giant. That was the exact reason why those cards played. Because it counts as an extra card being drawn from your deck. Now, it was, to be fair, I would have also accepted Shaman, because Shaman has a whole archetype about buffing asteroids and stuff, but it wasn't necessarily played there very often. Like that deck didn't end up being very good. But yeah, Rogue, it was very good just to draw an extra card from your deck and then deal 2 damage and ping something off potentially.
Yeah, I should have said Rogue.
It's okay. It's okay. You got this one in the bag.
It brought back really bad memories. You really, really harmed me.
I'm sorry that I didn't want that to happen. I was just trying to hang out and have some fun with my friend.
2 mana crystals for a Prince Keliseth. And it's a 2/2 undead, and it has battle cry. If your deck has no 2-cost cards, give all minions in your deck +1/+1. Busted. I mean, like, you run one of these, and if you have it, your deck is just ripped AF, and you just run it in the deck that can play like that wants to go 1-drop, 1-drop, 1-drop. Yeah. Okay. There you go. What does that? Is that Paladin? Is that where the Murlocs live?
Paladins do have a lot of Murlocs, yeah.
Yeah. You just want it in the deck that goes 1 drop, 1 drop, 1 drop. In Magic, like you want it in Boros, or at times in Magic's history, mono red or mono white. Yeah, Paladin for sure. Paladin. Lock it in, Paladin.
You're going with this is a good card and it's played in Paladin.
Yeah.
So you were right. In its time period, Paladin was, sorry, the Pinch Kalthas was very good. It wasn't played for Paladin though. It's played for Rogue.
How does everything?
Rogue has Shadow Step.
A Rogue card. Yeah, damn it, you're right.
So if you play Prince Kalthas on 2 and you had Shadow Step, and you're buffing your whole deck by +2/+2, that was pretty good. That was like almost.
I can't believe that you're not just going one, like the best one, whatever class has the best 1 mana minion into like this, or
well, this card was
if
like
they miss minion, you know.
This card was played and it was tried in a variety of different stuff, but
then I'm right.
I asked you what class played this the most out of all of them.
Okay.
Because you could technically say all classes tried these cards out because they're neutral. That's why I have to go with all. Which one is the one that played the most and probably the most successful? And Rogue was it by far. Wasn't even close. That step was so good with this card. If you hit it, the game was over.
Selfish shellfish. It's great. I love it here.
I'll take 2 different options for this.
Okay, thank you for that. 4 mana 7/7 Death Rattle. Your opponent draws 2 cards. 4 mana 7/7 Beastie.
The nice stat line.
Yeah, that's good. The heck of a Death Rattle. Gotta just kill him first. Remove Death Rattles. Find a way to make Death Rattles no trigger. Possible.
Is he cooking?
Okay. Owl your own stuff. Easy.
Okay. Guy and his owl. He has an obsession.
So where do we get the most out of these stats? Is this a hunter card? Just like mega rate beatings? Ramp into it? Is this a druid card? You know, this or the Yeti? That's the real question.
This or the Yeti? In classic Hearthstone, I'm taking a 4 mana 7.
Hell yeah. That's the answer. Other things that just have like power stats matter. Like there's got to be probably... What comes to mind might be Shaman. Like some way to like create some kind of a mutant beastie that has these stats, but not that Death Rattle, or some other way to like transform it.
Do you think this card's good?
On its own, like just throw it in a deck? It depends on the meta. So there have been various points in Magic history where like you play this, the best version was like, I'm forgetting the name of it right now, but there's Desecration Demon. Yeah, I think that's the name of it. There are just various points in standard formats where you would play this 4 mana 6/6 flyer that had a terrible downside, but it didn't matter because it killed the opponent first, you know? Okay. It's like it just so outstatted the board.
Yeah, sure.
That most decks didn't have an answer to it within a turn or two. And in that turn or two, you did them like 12 damage and you just won the game because it was enough.
What year was that, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, it was not recent. It was not. No. Okay. No, nowadays you got to have upside on those babies. Oh yeah. This was in pretty by current standards. This would be very low powered format stuff, right? Okay. This would be classic Hearthstone stuff. So like, is this? So then I'm looking at, I'm like, this got played. Does this get played in the Hearthstone mill deck that tries to kill him with fatigue? Is that what you're doing here? So bad.
Ooh, maybe.
Ooh, maybe. Yeah, you play it with the octopus, right? And you just get them.
Oh, yes, the octopus. Yes.
It's the sea creature vibe. Just make your opponent draw everything and they die. What's so bad about that? How could it go wrong? How could it go wrong? So, I don't know. I haven't said hunter today. I don't think I've said shaman either. I'll go hunter. It's a beast. They have synergy with beasts.
This card was played for priest. I would have also taken druid if druid had a way to interact with it.
I should have gone with druid because just playing it early be good.
The nice thing about this card, there's 2 different things that you can manipulate it with. First and foremost, you can do this is Whispers of the Deep, which silences a friendly minion that deals damage equal to its attack randomly split among all enemy minions. But if your opponent responded to this by playing a minion, you just silence it and you go face. Then you don't have to worry about that. On top of that, if it does end up dying, you do have Amulet of Death, which is a tradable spell for priest that as often as you're trading it, it upgrades, which means you could resurrect a bunch of these shellfish minions, which mills your opponent out. Now, was this like the most competitively viable deck? Not really. Was it cool? Hell yeah, man.
I mean, milling them out with a shellfish? Come on.
Beautiful.
That's busted.
Beautiful.
That's amazing. That's cool. I like that.
I have one more card to show you.
Thank God.
Have I showed you Murozond yet from the new set? Did I show it to you? I don't think I did.
I'd have to remember that, and I'm not capable. I don't think so. I think I'd remember this dude. It's like a blue, awesome-looking dragon. I think I'd remember this. So Murozond Unbounded is 9 mana for an 8/8 dragon with Battlecry. At the start of your next turn, set this minion's attack to infinity.
What do you think of this card?
We keep asking the questions of like, how big does just a meatball have to be to get played, and at what cost, right? This one's trying to answer the question.
I mean, if it lives and it can hit face, it's over. The game's done.
And I'm sure that happens all the time. It's the jumbo cactar of Hearthstone right there.
You know, it's funny,
right
Simo
there.
made the exact same comparison.
Yep, I've got scars. I'm always going to remember that. I mean, and I died to Jumbo Cactar, but Jumbo Cactar never won any big tournaments. How do you steal its battle cry and give it to your 1-drop?
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay.
There has to be. You must have shown me cards that like somehow was like 5 mana, summon some piece of toast that has the battle cry. Like put something in your hand that has like a battle cry of one of the minions in your deck or something.
Maybe there is, maybe there isn't.
Maybe there isn't. Well, if there isn't, it's not. It's a nothing burger, unless you're also going to make another one of the mana cheaty things that everybody knows about by now, which is that somehow you get this battle cry on something you cast for a lot less. Like, surely they wouldn't put this in the game if you could have that ability on turn 1. It just wouldn't. So it's going to be something that's like 5 mana, summon thing, create a token that copies a random battle cry. And now you're telling me that this is the only other battle cry thing in your deck, so it always copies this. And then maybe the next turn you kill them. And then even then, I don't it can probably kill whatever the little 0/1 dork is. Or I guess it better be 1/1 or no, it just sets the attack to affinity. It doesn't even multiply by 0. Okay. So I am requiring a certain card to exist, and I don't know. I have no idea if that card exists. So it's a rabbit hole.
I will tell you that whatever card you're thinking does not exist in the game.
Cool.
There's no way to cheese this battle cry, like there's no way to cheat it out on a different minion or something.
So it's just about casting this or somehow copying this. It's just about getting this out and actually having it survive.
Yep.
So you need to cast it with Time Warp. So it's in Warrior, so that when you play this and your Time Warp, you go to your next turn and you attack and actually win. It's in Control Warrior. This would have gone great in our Quest for Ngoro deck 100%.
So you're going with that?
I mean, I think what I'm supposed to do is go with that this isn't played at all. I think that's what I'm supposed to do, because I think that's what a meatball like this is for. That said, it's almost funnier to go with the Warrior Questline deck, because that was already such a house of stupid cards.
Okay.
Yep, why not Warrior?
You want to hear something insane?
I'm right?
You're actually right.
Yes! I got it! Am I right for the right reasons? You're actually this time?
So you are right for the right reasons. This card was played because it's not, as the deck got refined, I will say it got cut out. But this card actually was played as an alternate win condition, because if you did end up getting Time Warp, the game's over. There's also the other option of Priest. Priest has a card called Zarimi, which I've showed you before. It says like if you've played 8 other dragons, 9 other dragons, you get an extra turn. So as long as you have enough mana to play Murozond into Zarimi, which was actually very easy because of a card called Octosari, which makes your max mana go to 15, you win the game as well. But as long as you had some way to get the extra turns for this to survive, you would actually kill them with Infinity, which feels glorious, by the way. Now, let me ask you a question. I'm just curious to see what you think. There's a card in the game that allows you to get armor equal to a minion's attack. So if this card's at an affinity attack and you get the armor, you now have infinity armor. What do you think happens if I swing Murozond at infinity armor once it has infinity attack?
What happens when infinity meets infinity? Well, your game probably crashes. Just explodes. Now, is it a draw? I would guess it's a draw.
What do you think it is? What do you think it is? You think it's a draw?
Yeah, I think it's a draw.
The person attacking actually wins the game, which is interesting, because I don't know, like, at what point the
freaking aggro bias is the answer. Propaganda in card game design. I can't say it enough. They want people to just attack each other so badly. Anyway.
Could you imagine? I mean, it's not an interaction that happens at all, basically, but just imagine like you attack into there and nothing happens. So they'd probably erred on the safe side and just like let the game resolve. Anyways.
Yeah, I think they just wanted it to be over.
I was going to ask you if you had fun. I don't know if you did. But by the time this comes out, it should be happy holidays. And
happy holidays.
I hope everyone had fun. Hope you spent some time with your family. Don't just huddle in the corner playing Hearthstone or Magic or whatever game you're playing.
I would never.
Why do I feel like you're one of those people who just play your game in the corner?